Hey guys, what's up? This is Stephanie Fleitas here with creatingwithin.com, your place to get in touch with the journey world. Welcome guys, I'm here speaking to you live from Portugal. I almost forgot for a second, I've been moving around so much. I recently just flew into Portugal yesterday from Barcelona, and I decided that it's time to do a video. I feel like I've been learning a lot. There's a lot of things that have been transpiring me through my trip, and I think it's time for me to really start working on putting a lot more content out there and just being more comfortable with sharing with you guys all this information and just experiences and perspectives that I've learned and that I'm gaining along the way. And each time I talk to a person, it just inspires me that much more. So in light of that, I was having a conversation with someone in Barcelona. We were talking about, we talked about so many things, but one of the things that we were talking a lot about was vulnerability, because in particular this person has kind of like a fear of really being vulnerable and exposing themselves to other people, and it stems, from trust issues, not trusting people, and not really wanting to give ourselves away to another, because we're afraid that if we expose ourselves and we show our true selves, that means that people are going to see our weaknesses and our insecurities, and what if they don't like it, and what if they use those things against us, or what if we give away ourselves to another person, whether it's romantic or in a friendship, and then they disappoint us, they leave us. There's all these fears surrounding this. But I have to say, guys, that this is something that I know a lot of us suffer from. Because at one point I also was very, very, very afraid of opening myself up or giving myself away emotionally to anybody. I always kept this high guard, walls. But being closed off and not being vulnerable, and then being in a place where I went to complete vulnerability, I know what both sides are like, and I can tell you that being vulnerable is where it's at, guys. This is the place to be, because it is a place that's going to empower you. It's going to bring you so much richness, so much experience, and so much connection, because you can't truly, honestly be truly intimate with another person unless you are vulnerable. That's it. A lot of you guys are in relationships and have friendships, but you never have exposed your true selves. You walk around with all these masks or these perceptions of how you want people to perceive you, or only showing the sides of yourself that you think are going to be more agreeable with others. And you're missing out, because you're robbing yourself of the experience of what it really truly is to connect with another, to allow another person inside of you. And that's really that's the deepest level of intimacy, when you can allow another person inside of you. It goes beyond sex. We think that having sex or being naked is exposing yourself and is an intimate experience, but it's really not. I know a lot of people who have sex and have not ever known what it is to be emotional or vulnerable, and therefore anyone can do that. Anyone can have sex, anyone can be naked, but true intimacy, true exposure is exposing yourself, is allowing another person to see your soul, to penetrate your soul, to see all of you, good, bad, the ugly, the pretty. And the more you do that, the more connection you get, and the more you learn about yourself and about others. And yeah, it's not gonna be perfect. You're gonna get hurt. I'm gonna break it down to you guys right now. Like, you're gonna get hurt, but in life you have to take these losses, and the sooner you start taking these losses, the easier it gets. But you can't stand on the sidelines hoping to never get hurt, hoping that you're gonna avoid this. So maybe I'll just maintain here with this circle, and maybe I'll never venture out and give myself away to another, because I don't want to experience what it is to lose something. And you know what? Life, there's no guarantees. That's one thing about life. Life has no guarantees. You came to live this life to experience and to grow, and the only way you're going to do that and to be the best version of yourself, if you're a person, and this is for people who are committed to growth and who are committed to being the best version of themselves, and who are committed to getting to that next level within themselves, and really being able to be who they are and be that freely, because at the end, that's all we want. All of us want to figure out who the hell we are, what we came here to do, and then be able to be that to the fullest. And I know that anybody who watches me is because you're committed to growth, and you're committing to figuring out who you are, and you want to be happy, and you want to be able to be yourself, and you want to feel loved and accepted. And all those things come from doing the work, and from seizing every opportunity in your life and taking it as this is something that's going to add to me, this is going to take me to the next level, because that's what life is about. All the experiences you have is solely to make you a better person. Are you going to allow this thing to make you or break you? And in life, going back to the losses, you're going to have losses, but it's all how you define it. So if you are vulnerable, which is a fear of so many people, if I expose myself, if I open up to this person, if I give of myself, and then they screw me over, and then they leave me, and then I'm gonna die, and I'm never gonna survive this. And the truth is no, it's bullshit. I've been there. I've lost, I've gained, and I'm still standing here. As a matter of fact, it's made me stronger. Every loss I've had has added to the person that I am. And you have to just decide the meaning that you give things, you know? Like some people have a saying that they'd rather not love than to lose. When the saying is, I'd rather have loved and lost than to have never loved. Some people really feel like I'd rather never have loved and lost and just not experience either, because the fear of losing is so great that I will give up knowing what it is to really truly love, what it is to really connect and have this blissful and passionate ecstasy that comes with all of that. And I say, hell no. I'd rather lose 100 times. I'd rather get hurt 1,000,000 times over than to ever lose the feeling of what it is to connect and to feel alive and to feel passionate. And that's what comes from connecting, from allowing another person to see you. And you know, you just have to get it in your head. Yeah, you're gonna get rejected in life. You're gonna lose some. You're not gonna always come out on top. But that's part of the journey, and that's what makes you stronger. And if you're gonna stand in the sidelines for the rest of your life because you're afraid to take a loss here or there, because you're afraid of getting hurt or disappointed, then what are you doing? You're keeping yourself on standby. You're not allowing yourself to truly capture and absorb and really savor what this experience is all about, you know? It's like if you're an athlete, let me see, I'm not really good with analogies, but bear with me, let me see if I can try this. If you know, most athletes who play basketball, football, you love the sport because you like to play it, right? But if you are in a team and you're the entire season on the bench, that fucking sucks. You're sitting on the sidelines watching the game go by when you know that you really want to be playing, and if you're playing, you know that that's when you feel most alive. But that's the same thing with life. When you go out there and you dive full force and you just go with what you feel and do the things that scare you, then you come alive and you start really playing the game. And part of the game is being vulnerable. So I'm circling back all to vulnerability. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to get hurt, but allow people to see who you are, because it is through that you're going to learn more about yourself. And if you already if you already put it in your mind, like, hey, this might not work out, I am gonna get hurt, I have the possibility of getting hurt, but you don't define it from the beginning that is going to break you, well then it's not, because everything in your life is what you decided to be. Everything is made up of what you believe. So please, if you're afraid to give yourself away to another, if you're afraid of exposing yourself, I encourage you to start somewhere and start really showing who you are. Allow another person to see you. Open up, and you'll be surprised. It's going to be scary at first, but like everything that's scary and uncomfortable at the beginning eventually becomes comfortable, because everything that you have now was once unknown and was once uncomfortable, and now it's become part of your norm, right? I think that's it. Yeah. Be vulnerable, be daring, take risks, and don't be afraid to get hurt. Alright guys, if you like what you see on Creating Within, please feel free to subscribe, share, and I will talk to you guys soon. Keep growing, keep loving, and keep connecting.